And I hope that you accept the agenda. If there is something else you want to add, we are always very flexible, and you can raise your hand now and add it, or when we proceed, you may ask. The only problem is we try, because several of you are very busy, we try to keep the time so that we don't extend it too much. We have this 1.5 hour in the schedule. Hopefully, we'll manage. So the first one is the management and the administrative and financial coordination updates. Perhaps Bessie Manjara from MIO may actually brief us on the developments there.
Thank you very much, Professor Skoulos. Hello to everyone. It's nice to see you all in this online meeting, and hope we are all doing well. So in preparing for the year end, we are now closing up activities related also to PARCCE. And regarding administrative issues, I would like to remind those that haven't yet received their advance payment to make sure to send us a payment request in order to take care of that before the end of the year. Celine, I know that you have sent an email. I didn't have the chance to reply yet, but I will do that definitely on Monday. And please send us a payment request in order for us to be able to disperse the advance payment. And also, if is yet another partner, I think um, it might be one more partner that hasn't requested the advance payment yet. I will follow up also with that partner in order to make sure that all advance payments are sent on time. Now, regarding the timing and the planning for the next year, because as you know, we have already concluded the first year of the project in past November. So by the end of May, we will need to submit our first 18-month reporting to the online system. So just a heads up to all of you that probably around March, we'll be start contacting you in order for all of us to prepare for this first 18-month reporting. And if I can try to share my screen with you, I don't know if just to have a look at the Gantt chart. I hope that you are all seeing
Yes.
the Gantt chart. Yes, okay, perfect. So, in terms of work package 2, development of educational material, we will go through that in the next part of the meeting. So we are now end of November and December in the finalization of the traditional educational material, and the translations, which we hope to be ready by end of February 2025. And for planning purposes, under work package 3, we will have early in 2025 the trainings of the educators that will implement the traditional educational material in their schools. So this training, just keep in mind and make a note in your calendar that will be implemented towards the end of February 25. This will coincide with the finalization of the translation of the material in the partners' languages. Just to note here that the training itself will be done in English, and for all to be able to participate. And then in the following semester until June 2025, there is a period of 5 months for all partners to arrange for the implementation of the traditional educational material with the collaboration of their schools. So more or less, this is the planning for the next semester. And Let me stop sharing now. And I think these are the main administrative issues for us to see in the next semester. Professor Koulos, back to you.
We can't hear you.
Thank you very much, Bessie. You may put back the calendar, but even without, I summarize what it was said. We are on. We are following very well the schedule, all of us. So that means that we enter actually the before entering the next issues. I summarize what it was said by already, because it's important for everybody to understand what it was said by Bessie. We are following the schedule. We need to have the finalization, all your comments on the TEM immediately within this and the next week. And then we get into the translation. And also, we need to have within February the first online training for our staff, plus it will be open to you to decide in each country who else needs to be involved in this training. But all this, the finalization, the translation, and the first training are parts of the report that we'll make in May. So this will be the bulk of our work that we are going to present for the first 18 months by May. So in the same period, we have to start implementing, not finishing, but implementing also this work with the schools, the implementation of the TEM in schools. So this is clear, is a very concrete package on which we will report by May.
May I ask which schools we have online here with us? I see Alessandra.
Yes, hello.
Yes. Mr. Sarantis is here also. I saw him before, but I don't see him.
Before, but I spoke to him a few minutes ago. He will be absent for a while, and he will back again. They are ready.
Okay.
I can inform you about that.
Okay, and
hi
about...
from me. I'm from Cyprus, Pernera Primary School.
Well,
so keep it all in your calendars that during the Easter period and before the end of the year, there should be this school implementation, its first phase.
As well, Sofia Kouzouli from Pyrgos, she is present here.
Okay, so perfect. So we move to the next point. So we are happy all because we are following our schedule faithfully. And this is good. This is a good sign that the project works well. So let's move to the second, to the work package 2, development educational material. Iro, please inform us.
Yes, okay, we are on time, but maybe because of the motivation of people authoring and making comments on the material, we are kind of on the verge now. So we need really to coordinate amongst us in this meeting and to finalize the activities of TEM. So I will also share my presentations is in the drive, but I will share it here as well. So what is the progress with the development of the TEM educational material? We started from a needs analysis last year on what characteristics this material should have to be learner friendly for our target age. I remind everyone it's for 9 to 13 years old. And now we work on the original English version. I understand this creates some difficulties for the non-native speakers, which is actually all of us. But then this deliverable needs to be translated in the partners' languages. And some of these activities will be enriched with ICTs and gamification tools. We have Crit with us who will elaborate more on this aspect. We did the literature review. I remind you, collected something like 200 resources in a common file, and we consulted this, and then around 80 resources, and our own survey gave us also some trends on what is missing and what teachers want. A big part of this traditional educational material, actually its first theoretic part was finalized by Professor Skoulos in March. So we already have a robust theory part in TEM. And in June, we already had the list of contents ready, and following our discussion, this list of contents of the practical activities was enlarged together with you, and then you chose one or two topics, some of you more, some less, on which you wanted to elaborate it more. And since we agreed on the template, we had from the initial provision that was from 12 to 15 activities, we are now co-authoring 25 activities, and actually we're now in the review process. Just a reminder of what you asked in the survey. This is something to keep in mind now that we are reviewing everyone's work, that the most crucial aspect is to link what we asked in the survey is to link whatever we are writing in the activities with students' everyday life, to address aspects of self-efficacy and responsibility, and to have a rich format, so to combine images, videos, infographics to keep our material as attractive as possible. So as everyone knows, we have three main chapters. The first chapter concerns understanding climate change, why it happens, and its roots. In chapter 2, the activities deal with the impacts. And in chapter 3, we shift our focus to solutions, responsible responses, what can be done at the school. And to go very, very briefly over the content list per chapter. In the first chapter, we have 8 activities. As you will see, some activities like 1.4 here was chosen by 2 partners. One is less developed, the other one is more advanced, I would say, in terms of authoring. Now it's the time to decide which one we're going to choose, how we're going to merge these in order to have one. But we have 8 in total, and you can see who is responsible for, who is the main author for each activity. In the second chapter, the provision was to have 9 back in June, but then 2 of them found no author after June, so we omitted them, or we removed some of the intention of what we're going to do in these activities as optional. So we have now, instead of 9, we have 7. No, sorry. We have, I write 8 in total.
You have
Maybe I count wrongly.
You
We
have,
have 8.
no, because you have 28A and 28B.
Yes, we have some double again for invasive species. So we have 8 in total. But here the difference from the first chapter is that both 2.8 and 28A and 28B are quite well advanced. They're rich materials. And in the chapter 3, which is the most extensive ones, we have 9 activities in total. Again, you see some changes. There were some dropouts. We didn't find authors in all of them, but we have 9 in total. So just
we
to
have
feed in
25 at the moment.
25 in the end, yes, and just some issues that we would like to discuss with you now that most of you have gone through all the activities, and thank you for that, for authoring and also for commenting on others people's works. This is really, really helpful, I think, for all the authors. The ideas contributed. So to choose how many activities finally will be in the TEL material, all, some, choose 5, 6 per chapter, as was indicated in the contract, or should we leave it to the partners what to translate to the country? Finalize the texts in English as a second draft. We're now working on the first draft. It's important to give a deadline to finalize whatever we're working on and come up with a second draft that will then, depending on which one we choose, move on to the step of the phase of translation. An issue to discuss also is the length. Some of them are 9 or even 12 pages long with the annexes, and I plead guilty. I have one that is 11 pages long with the worksheets that are included. Regarding the content, this is a general remark. I have already made this in writing that we see and we also use artificial intelligence tools. This is a very, very useful help for us in authoring. But it should not be the main author, because just as we can recognize what is coming from such machines, I think the evaluators can do that. And I think it's important that whatever we generate as text through such a machine, we then go into the text and contextualize it. So give it, the flavor that it should have. Then some of the things that you write in the activities, we will do that as MIO. We will fish them out and we will include them in the teacher's toolkit. So there are some bits of advice, how to make the activities easier for the teacher, the practical how to do things that are very helpful. So these things will be moved to the toolkit that is meant for the teacher, and it's actually in the next working package A31. And of course, the translations deadlines. And also keep in mind that, as we have discussed in our previous meeting, there is some more room for you for the country adaptation. We have discussed that since the beginning, that you have the option of introducing certain text boxes or certain links, case studies that are more applicable in your country level. So in the material that you will use in your countries, you have the option, of this further contextualization. So to make the links and the case studies that we share more relevant to your own audiences, your teachers. So that's it for me, just to open up the window for reflections and discussions with you. I will stop sharing. And give the floor. I see Professor Skoulas is talking, but yeah, whomever wants to take the floor and reflect.
Sorry, I apologize because it is for another meeting at the same time. Okay. So, did you finish, Iro?
Yes, I finished, and I just said to everyone that this is just an opening for a discussion, my comments from
Yeah.
reviewing all the activities, and I would invite everyone to share orally their impressions now that they know what is there, because I think all the people have read it.
Because you brought too many things at the same time, allow me to systematize a little the questions and this discussion. So the first thing we need to discuss very briefly is the fact, the number of the activities. We have 25 activities now. We have promised about 12 activities. It is good that we have more, and actually because we need to show our co-funding and the work that we are offering, one of the proofs of this offer is to have more activities. But we don't need to have them all in the say, let's say, core. So we may, it is up to you to decide if we are going to include all of them, 25, in the core. All of them are in English at the moment. When we say in the core, definitely the core needs to be translated in all working languages. Another option is to have 12 or 15 or even I saw in the suggestions of Viro even 6, so 18.
Per chapter, yes.
Yes, 5 to 6 per chapter. If we want to have them all in the core and have the rest as periphery activities. So this is one of the decisions we have to make now about how to deal with the number. So let's discuss for a few minutes this issue first, and then we move to the other points. Who wants the floor to express a view on that? The question is again, do we need all 25 to be treated in the same way, or we need to select from these 25, let's say 15, 16 or something, and leave in the pool we have all of them, and in what you are going to teach, to try and teach, you may use the entire menu. But preferably we need to have a core common for all of us. Yes.
As the work has been done, and so as we have 25, if they are of a certain kind of quality, we can just choose the core common for everyone and then leave the peripheral activities because it's a great work we have done. It's an hypothesis. Then second, I would like to ask about the number of characters of every chapter, because you said 9 pages, but we have to define the number of characters because so we It was adapted that I had when while writing the activities, because some of them are longer than the other one. They are not uniform, as I told you, Eero. Even if I followed the scheme, the
template.
table, the template you gave us. And then about the invasive species 2.8b, we sent. I saw that there are a lot of integration
Comments.
and comments to elaborate. So if you want, for us, it's not a problem to leave it and to cancel it, to delay it, and leave the Umarinu activity, especially because they already tested with schools, I saw. If you want, if you decide to, you think all of you to leave also the 2.8b from Legambiente, we can work on it. I have to ask to Carlotta that tomorrow is in Siena, she's not here with me. There is Elena Simoni that is working on the social for at the moment, and we have to work on it to arrange in the way you told us, you suggested. That's all for the moment. Thank you.
Just responding to your comment and inviting more people to talk. Yeah, we discussed about it, given page length, if you remember, in June, and we asked everyone to be more or less around 4 pages in order not to overload, not to make it too complicated. But then when you start working, me also, I follow the template, but I see that in some activities, and especially when you want to include an annex of a worksheet, which is, I think, in some activities needed, it's very helpful for the teacher to have at least, as what the project recommends as a worksheet, and then he can make their own. But in order to have the availability of these tools, we extend in the number of pages. So yeah, there's no one size fits all, according to me, because each activity, each topic has its specificities.
Let's start one by one.
I was reflecting on the character,
yes,
how
yes.
lengthy it will be.
Let's finish first with the number. So, do we accept the idea that since the work has been done, we keep all the 25, or at least, I mean, a larger number for all the activities, not to, because indeed it will be more difficult for us to start selecting now and see what will be in and what will be out. Since most of the work has been done, I tend to think that the proposal of Legabiente is wise to have it to have them all, unless someone who has proposed one wants to leave it out, because otherwise it will be difficult for all of us to select the core and leave the others out. So we ask for understanding of those who have proposed in package one 2 activities to merge, and we can help in that if necessary. And
And also in 2.
And also in 2 with the alien species.
So we have 2 occasions of this merging that needs to be done. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So some of these activities may be bigger than others. It's not necessary. I mean, all activities to have exactly the same, let's say, size. So we need to give a margin, let's say, from 4 pages, that means so many characters, up to something like 6 or 7 pages, so that it depends a little bit on the subject. It's not necessary to have absolutely the same number for everything. There are specificities. So I propose that we give a minimum and a maximum of the characters, and it's up to you also. You have reviewed carefully the different the size and different activities, and if others have a view on that, please take the floor. About the size, I mean. Who wants the floor?
It's a pity we don't have Simone from Cyprus here, because I see her comments all over the material. We have other people from Cyprus with us, from the institution.
Hello from CPI. Hello, Iro. Just Simone told me that she thought that one activity from the chapter 1 could be in the chapter 2 or something else. She didn't tell me that we can remove some or have some activities. So I don't have any comments about the reduction of the activities. I think we can join the 208 and the 14, but I don't know something else. The comments was about that, moving one activity from the one chapter to the other.
Do you remember which one?
It was about the one about them. Let me see. Wait. I don't remember. I think one about the. I don't see that here. Let me see. I will tell you because I cannot find it here. Yes.
Not a problem. This is not a problem because we don't have a specific number per chapter. So since we are accepting all the activities now, we can make this change easily. So, so we have already 2 decisions. One is about keeping the long list with understanding of merging of 2 activities. And second is also we may allow changing the chapter. And the second is about the size. We need from ERO, with the support of those of you who wish to contribute on that, to have some instructions, guidelines from the minimum and the maximum. So this is something that will be followed after the meeting today.
It's quite particular if I would comment on that. The topics are very different, and some activities are lengthy. I have in mind one that I wrote. It's lengthy in pages, but because it has many pictures, there are multiple choices and things like that, and it's not extensive in characters. So again, I would insist that there is no one size fits all, and my my opinion would be to respect to what has been authored so far. And but my question is, if we're keeping them all, are we translating them all? Do we understand correctly?
This was the idea, because the selection of some might be a problem, and on the other hand, we want to show the work we have, the work done. So it's not so much. I mean, I know that is additional work, but on the other hand, it is also it shows also the willingness and enthusiasm in having more activities. Let's take this decision. It is easier to do that than to have selection and leaving some in and out. So the next point.
Only just to say that depending on the language, I would invite, the Italians to come together and delegate tasks. You don't have to work all together. That's the same for us, for the Greek language. Maybe we discuss also with Cyprus how we move, since we're using the same language. So, but I would leave that to the Italian team, the Greek team, and the French team as well to do it, to find a way how to delegate the translation.
The French team has most of the work because it's one team.
It's one NGO and one school.
Yes.
Like in every country, so.
Yeah. Okay. So we still, we can, if you decide otherwise, if you decide that some need to be out, we can still agree. But I understand that it will be difficult at this moment to decide which activities will be peripheral. So let's keep them all. Is there someone who disagrees on that? So we have a consensus on that.
Yes, ChatGPT is indeed good in translation. These machines have improved a lot. So yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
But as said before, we need to work then on the texts, because some translations are very silly and mistakes still happen. Yeah.
No, we need to be very careful there, because you may have a good activity in the original and then you get a translation that destroys everything. So we'll not do that.
Yeah, and as we said before, there is also room for some customization then. So in the links that we give, because in the English material, we may mostly link to English texts, English sources. But if in France there is a similar case that is more relevant, you can just delete the link and add your own. And I think we should all do that. That's the same for Greece. We have some case studies that are very relevant that we can use here.
Okay, clear. Could we move to the next item? We are now in A23. We said just the translations and the setting, the deadlines. We said that before, but the deadlines need to be respected so that we have them in February, early February, because after that we have the training, and it's good to have this. It is in English, the training.
I think by the end of the year, if you agree, Professor Skoulos, to agree that by the 31st of December, everyone works on their comments and we finalize the English text.
Yes.
This is a quite, robust deadline. Nobody can forget it. It's the end of the year and it's pushing us, but we need to finalize it and use then January for translations, if you agree.
Okay. Is it okay for
Mr.
everybody.
Koulos. Hi. This is Effie from the Unit of Education of PhD here in Cyprus. Are you talking about the 831 or about the activities you were talking before?
The activities, we're still in the activities.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
and there's one more bullet point in the agenda regarding the template. We should not worry about the template. We're going to do it centrally. Once we have the final texts, we will do it centrally. So don't worry about the template. Just improve as much as you can the quality of the texts. What we actually write.
So we are talking about having by the end of January all the TEM theory and activities ready
And
in
translated.
English. In English by the end of the year.
Yes.
By the end of the year, and translated during January. Clear? Okay. So this is a very important period from now till the end of the year, plus January for the translations. It's a period where all the group needs to put a lot of emphasis and time there, so that we will be ready for the training in February and for the report in May.
Do you think it's wise to delegate someone from this meeting, for example, for France, who is going to be responsible? We would like to have one person that we talk to and not send to the whole team of France. Bottom line, someone should be responsible for what we upload in the drive and, tell us it's final, you can use it, full stop in French, full stop in Italian. Who this person needs to be?
I think that it's almost I don't know. It's up to each group to say, but I understand that Celine, for example, is I don't know, but I think she has to oversee this definitely.
Yes, I will see with the college. I will confirm. Maybe the CPU, me or Adeline could be in charge of this.
Okay.
I will check with the college.
Okay. Okay. So also from Italy, I mean, yes. Give us the name then. If there is this, if you are not ready now, please communicate the name to Iro so that she will follow closely with telephones. So, okay.
Michaela, it's coming to you. you know. Sorry.
It's normal. It's normal. This is a very key moment. So could we move to the next? We have the development and layout for TEM. The layout, what do you mean there? What do we need at this moment for that?
Yeah, I already explained. It has to do with a template. So we don't need to worry with the layout of the activity, just insist on finalizing the editing, the texts.
Okay. So
and then translating.
Okay, so this is something that MIO is responsible to present to the group. Now, we moved then to the next, which is the transforming them activities to IEM based on augmented reality. And here is now our colleagues from Crete to take the floor and make the presentation.
Thank you, Professor Skoulos. It's lovely to see you all again in our meetings regarding this activity. First of all, thank you for deciding to have all the activities, all 25 activities included in the TEM, because this gives us a very wide flexibility into choosing which ones to be transformed into augmented reality apps. But even if you would like to recommend some specific activities to be actually AR activities, we would be very much happy to discuss that with you, because obviously we cannot do all 25 of them. Perhaps we need to choose a couple from each chapter. So feel free to express your interest and your recommendations.
Well, I will. I suggest that I will make a very first proposal to all of you about having about 3 activities per chapter, and then you will be invited to, if you agree, to see where we have more preferences, or even add another activity. But in order to provide some guideline to Crete, to University of Crete, on the priority, let's say, activities that we preference activities. So in the coming days, I'm going to send you a first proposal.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for that. In the meantime, the e-learning lab team has proposed the template and also has prepared the first chapter to be reviewed by all partners, but primarily from the coordinator, who is actually the expert on this topic, climate change. And we need to decide on the format and other issues about how this traditional material can be transformed into interactive material based on distance education, so that it can be used, can be uploaded on your platform and be used for the EM training, which will take place next school year, actually. Babis, if you can please share your screen and show everyone the first PowerPoint we have made.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Good morning. Just a moment.
Good morning.
I will be
Yes,
sharing...
my colleague,
Yes.
Professor Babis Mouzakis, will be showing you the first part, chapter 1, actually, of the TEM, which has been transformed into a PowerPoint presentation to fit the needs of a school education community.
Thank you.
Okay. So, I will be sharing a draft presentation, and we are flexible to make adjustment to the format as needed. The main concept of this presentation is that includes the main theoretical concepts of the educational material, and here is the structure. And we try to simplify the concepts in order to become easily understandable to students in primary education. We present the main theory, and the presentation also incorporates activities designed to help teachers in the classroom in order to design activities to engage students with climate change concepts.
Babis, if I may
Yeah.
interrupt you for a second,
Mhm.
I think we need to explain the coloring of the page.
Yes.
At the beginning, because we have
Yes,
a certain
We
template
have-
that we follow in
yes.
distance education, and you need to know about these things first, so that it's easier for you to navigate the material.
Yes.
Of course, we're open for discussion, but still, you need to know a few things about how and why we prepared it in this way. Thank you, Bob.
Yes, we use 4 colors. Each color represent a different part of the presentation. First of all, we have the introduction, the introductory information. The light green with the structure of the presentation, the main issues of the content, of the main content of the first chapter, the main goal of the presentation and the keywords, the learning objects, and at the second level, the second stage, we have the main concepts, the main keywords we have to teach, we have to present in our students. The green column became more deep. So we have an activity, and in this activity, we try to engage students with climate change characteristics. Students, we will record their observations in their schools, and
in
they
this
share.
one you have 3 different colors.
No, the main color is in the line, in the
on the bar.
no, yes, on the main bar of the PowerPoint presentation, not in the table. So we have to adjust.
You have to avoid using too many shades, because nobody could adjust to that.
Okay.
It's better if you have no, let's say, color there in the table, or have it yellow or whatever.
Yes. Now I understand that, because now I can see that on my screen. So this is the second part of the presentation. The main keywords of the content.
So in a nutshell, the second color you see on the bar, it's light green, but not the lightest green we have. It's for the main content, the theory, let's say.
Yes.
The third color you see on your bar is for the accompanying activities. And the last, the darkest green color, is for the references at the end. So we have the introduction with the lightest color, the main content, theory and practice, let's say theory and activities in the middle, and the last one for the references. So whenever you see a specific color on the title, you know what you will be dealing with on that slide.
Now we are in an activity level. So we use links to the main content. We have added a graph in our PowerPoint slides, but we can navigate back to the main content in order to present and to find more information around this graph.
Can I ask you, did you
yes.
use the logo of PARCCCE, two colors? Two of the colors are in the shades of green used?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
There is a small difference, but we use the main colors as a template.
Yeah.
And
Just now that I see it, I think 4 shades of green is too complex, maybe for me. So I would suggest to keep the 2 shades of the PARCCCE logo and add also white as one of the 4 colors, or something like light gray or something that is truly, you know, it's you can really tell the difference, and maybe choose another complementary color. That's my personal.
yes.
I don't know. Now that I see it.
This is the main colors of parquet. It's green and light green and dark green, I think.
Yeah, together with white also.
Yes,
So
yes.
already in the logo we have 3 colors.
Okay.
If we count white as well.
We can adjust that, yes. This is the main philosophy of the PowerPoint presentation. This is, again, theory, main theory, and activity.
So we are now talking about how you will select 2 or 3 activities per chapter and transform them to a more interactive.
This PowerPoint presentation is an example of how the traditional educational material that you have prepared in Word, and it will be made into a PDF, may look like when it has become interactive educational material. Okay, it will resemble the slide of a PowerPoint, but with buttons that you can click on to go to hyperlinks, to go to other more specific graphs, and so on. It was the closest example we can show you, since we don't have the final version of the TEM yet, or the final version of the EM yet.
Right, thank you.
Regarding the activities, we will select from the pool of the 25 activities to be additional to what we are presenting you right now. Okay, it's an additional.
I'm a little bit confused
Yes.
on one thing, perhaps is my. You have included activities here.
Yes.
While we don't, the activities is something else, and this should be the theory. The activities may confuse people because we want to have material for the students without activities, and the activity is something else. So I suggest that you follow them as it is with no activities in this. The activity should be something else. So this can be not this, I mean the final version when the TEM is the theoretical part is absolutely ready, that you stick to the theory in the presentation, and the activities are somehow adjusted according to the final list of activities that we are going to present.
Professor Skoulos, if I may say, in your TEM, you have included the graphs, and you are discussing them a little bit. So we thought it might be a good idea to add them in the, let's say, textbook or EM that we are preparing as points of discussion during the lesson that we will be.
That is okay. There are 2 different things. The one is the theory, and if we need to have questions or guidelines in reading or interpreting a graph, and something different if it is activity.
Okay.
So we make a clear distinction between something that is part of the interactive lecturing and reaction in the classroom, and something different, the specific
Actual activity.
the actual activity.
Yes, yes.
That they will carry out.
May,
Very useful comments. Thank you very
may
much.
I
Yes.
propose something?
Mhm.
You don't use the word activities in theory, but maybe we can use the word go
Example.
deeper, go deeper,
Go
or
deeper, yes.
something like that, not activity.
Okay, or go deeper, or examples, for example.
Yeah,
Yes.
examples, yes.
Mhm.
Okay,
we will find a different
yes.
pedagogical
Of course,
term
Professor
describe
Skoulos,
this.
yes, Professor Skoulos, we have shared this PowerPoint presentation with you, with members of your team at
Yes.
MIO, I mean. So you will have time to, more time than just a few minutes that we have here right
Yes.
now to go through it in more detail and come back to us.
We are very happy with this, and the only thing is that now we had the opportunity to understand better what is behind. I
Okay.
didn't know about the colors. I didn't know about but now it's okay. It's very clear also to me, and we may come back with some comments. And I don't know if there is any reaction from the rest of the group.
Of course, yes. I think there is a comment on the chat from Legapiente, which we definitely agree with. The most difficult thing is to simplify everything in a 9 to 12 years old language. Yes, we have put a lot of effort into that.
Yes,
effort.
It was a challenge for us.
Yes, yes, a great challenge.
We had to understand the content, and after that, to try to to rewrite for the children.
No, at least there are no major misunderstandings, so it's good.
So it's okay.
Okay, great.
So we'll come back with a few comments on that. And if there is something else from the rest of the group, please communicate that to us, and we communicate to Crete in a conclusive way.
Okay.
Yes, but in order to do that, you have to put it in the drive somewhere and ask people to send their comments. Because right now
we have shared it about a month ago with Vasilis and Bessie, because we expected that the coordinator would send their first feedback, because you are the experts in the field, and then move on to the partners. But if it's all right with you, the presentation is available and we can upload it on the drive.
Excellent. We'll come back to some of these comments we made about activities and the rest, and this we may repeat it, but we have expressed that here.
All right. I would like to make a clarification. This is the first chapter of how the TEM will be transformed into educational material for distance education, okay, and will be included in the EM. But in order to proceed to chapter 2 and chapter 3, we need to have the final version of the TEM. I understand it's almost complete at 99%. At least the theoretical part.
The theoretical part is
yes, because if something changes in the TEM, then we have to redo the whole work.
So let me, with this clarification, let me make things easier. First of all, before asking for comments from the rest of the group, we are going from MIO. We are going to get into this, make whatever comments based on the finalized theory. I'm talking about the theoretical part.
Yes.
So all what we have to say about the colors, about the activities, renaming, all that,
of course.
we are going to send it to you soon, and you reflect on that, and in the amended version, the amended version is going to be shared with everybody.
All right.
Yes.
Perfect.
It's
Okay.
better. It's
Perfect.
better.
In
for us.
order to avoid the second round.
Yes, yes,
So
yes.
it will be
All
nice, better like that.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay,
All
fine.
right. Okay.
Is there someone else who wants to intervene on this A24 point? If not, we move to Word Package 3, developing of the teacher's guide and trainings. And A31 is who is going to raise that from our group? Is Iro or?
Yes, just to give an overview of this, and Effie, the people from Cyprus can add. We're talking about the toolkit for the teacher to help him, to support him in theory, and to help him do the activities. So again, here we have part A, part B. Part B concerns the tips we were talking about before. So how to, move outside, how to set a base when you're outdoors and things, practical things to help him while doing the activities. While part A is more theoretical, it deals with the whole school approach, ESD, Education for Sustainable Development, and inclusive education. So there will be some theory there in order for the teacher to have the general background before doing the activities. So we are now in the process of authoring, and if Cyprus wants to also comment, take the floor.
Yes, please.
Okay, from our behalf, we saw the five areas where we have to write something, and Arabella has assigned the writing of the section of the whole school approach to our colleague Evstathia Dari with Effie. And we thought that this is nice to if we have a template about how you said about 10 pages, but we have to clarify the size of the fonts, the type of, in order to not have to write a lot and other use small letters and write more things. So if it's important to define the font, the space, and all of this. So for us, the first, we took the whole school approach from class.
Mr. Skoulos, is it possible to share my screen?
Yes, please.
So if I understand correctly, we have to, there will be 5 sections in the teaching guide.
Yes, there will be two sections, one more educational assistance to educators, informing them on some concepts and the way we implement them. And a second, mostly, let's say, somehow assistance on the material itself, in the implementation of the material itself.
Okay, so if I understand, you need 10 pages from us. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, I have some questions written down regarding this section. About the structure and the formatting, because you were referring of about 10 pages, but do you have any preferences about the font type, size?
Yes, as said before, as we do in the activities, at this moment, we don't deal at all with the layout. We deal only with the content. So we are interested in, because we are co-authoring, you know, everyone has their own templates, and if we start authoring online on a template, well, then we have a problem because things start to move. So our
So there is
suggestion.
no template, but what if I write, for example, 10 pages and with your font preferences, then those 10 pages come to be 20 pages. That's why I'm asking.
If the character is more a convenient indicator for you, I can send you an indicative character, but we're not writing, you know, a research paper. What is the essence of this? We want in these 10 pages, so we have more or less 10 pages for the whole school approach, more or less 10 pages on the ESD, and more or less on inclusive education. So with these 30 pages maximum, because people tend not to read, we get the major principles behind all these central education lines that are behind our material. That's the reason why. So we explain it to the teacher. What is the whole school? Why it is important for a school to apply.
In my section, shall I present the whole school approach in the context? A theoretical background about the whole school approach? Or do you only want some practical examples and case studies?
No, I understand now the whole institute approach is, we have discussed that also with Arabella and your colleagues from the Netherlands and others. The whole school approach, as we wish to present it to the different educators, needs to include some of the basics, the 4 original attributes. I mean, curriculum, governance in the school, connection with society and the school as a showcase of sustainability.
Let's say on 2 pages.
This is the important, let's say, introduction, which is, I don't know, 3-4 pages. This followed by a number of examples. You may call them case studies, or you may call them where, as you have added also the well-being, or, you know, things that some of the schools may decide to elaborate more according to the specific priorities or needs of the school. And these cases need to some extent reflect the climate change, aspects. So we may include in the examples of each one of these attributes some particular ideas about, you know, how the whole school approach itself as an approach enhances and facilitates the messages we want to give through this material, the climate change direction. So this is what, in a nutshell, should be there. So there are several of these things already in what you are showing us.
Okay, are there any special criteria on how to choose those case studies? For example, shall I try to choose case studies from the countries that are involved in this in current?
It will be excellent if you can include some examples from the countries, if available. And you have the freedom to bring the most relevant in your understanding for helping also the material. What you are discussing is climate change, adaptation, mitigation. For example, case studies showing, as you have done in Cyprus, showing also some um, uh, renovations or adjustments in the infrastructure, for example, showing that this inspires children to see around. We can give you things from Greece, where we have included, let's say, rainwater harvesting in schools, in their yards or whatever. So there might be this kind, some of this, or they might be issues on the curricula, or they might be issues on interactions with the society, and or in governance, or for example, we may give examples. For example, let's say the procurement, the green procurement in the school. So all these can be a list of examples that will inspire, teachers, but also the the administration in the school. So at the same time, we are addressing students, but we give ideas also for the school itself to show to students and to parents the way we believe that the whole institute approach could, the whole school approach could function.
What's the deadline for this section?
Sorry?
The deadline.
Yeah,
for this
we are
section.
not
What's the deadline?
translating this section. This section is only in English, which is a relief, but it will be used in the trainings in February, in the planned trainings of the program. So we need to finish it in the next 1 month.
Yeah, we don't need too many details, a huge thing, but
Yeah.
the most important things that can be easily transmitted to all our colleagues.
So let's say 10th February, February 10th.
Yes, something like that.
good.
Yes, yes. Till
Okay.
yes.
I would say even earlier, because you have only one of the 3 chapters, these 10 pages. So then we need to merge all what that is being done also by MIO. So if we can do it, because we're talking about, I don't know, Professor
Well,
Schools, what do you think?
I think 10 is reasonable, because we are already, next week is holiday.
Holidays,
So
yes.
it is practically January, and a few days in February. So we'll appreciate receiving it by the end of the first week of February. Second week, it's okay.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Could we move? Is there any other comment on the toolkit? Okay, you will have all the chance to get through and see it when it is ready. Now we come to A32 online training course on ESD, and this is what we need to have, including the IE methodologies. We need this training. We imagine this training as a 2-day training online. something like, I don't know how many hours, but 3-4 hours a day, and have 2 days by the end of February. I mean, in the last perhaps week of February. And several of us will, all of us will be there to contribute. Some will have more to say and present, others to comment. And this will be in English. The whole workshop will be in English. It will be for our extended group, our group plus other people from our institutions and others who from the schools, eventually more people. But this is the first core workshop. It is we are going to have more later on, but this is the first, let's say, online training course that practically will present the TEM. The TEM, both the theoretical part and the activities, and also the methodologies, what we just discussed about ESD, about whole institute approach, about this kind of things. All this will be presented in these 2 days. I don't know about the length at the moment, but I guess that about 3 to 4 hours max per day will be enough. What do you think?
Professor Skoulos, if I may interrupt you for a second.
Yes.
The e-learning lab team has another meeting right now, so we cannot stay for any longer. I'm sorry we won't have time to discuss our part in work package 3, but since it will take place later on in the project, perhaps we can include it in another meeting that we will have. Sorry for this, but we have a very tight schedule. It was
Maria.
a pleasure seeing you all. Yes.
May I ask you something?
Yes.
About the training course about karaoke? We would like to have a few ideas coming from you.
Okay.
Later on,
Yes,
not now.
yes, of course. We will be collaborating into setting up this training, so we will have opportunities to discuss about it.
Thank you.
Okay, it will take place next school year, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
All right.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Fine.
Happy holidays to all of you.
Thank you.
We will be in contact via email, via telephone, and so on. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
Same to you. Thank
Thank
you,
you very
Maria.
much.
Thank you so
Thanks a
much.
lot. Thank you.
Thank you, all the team.
Best regards to everybody. So, then we don't discuss the online training about IEM. And we move to the planning of implementation phase. Very brief, 5 minutes. First of all, we have, yes, planning of implementation phase online on-site support. CPI. Are you ready?
Mr. Skoulos,
Yes.
actually, I'm not informed about that. I don't know if Cleo has.
We are not informed about that presentation. Harada, this series coordinating is not at the office, and they didn't give us anything to present.
No problem. This is not urgent. It's not. It's coming for the. We may have
next meeting maybe.
Yeah, next meeting we put this. Well, what we need to discuss there is actually how we move with the schools particularly in the first phase, in the first year, I mean. So I don't know if Iro has exchanged something.
No, and I think that in the next meeting, Cyprus can take the lead in this and organize a little bit what will be expected by the schools.
Okay, we can do that.
Very well.
Yeah, we have time, as we said,
We
and we have the opportunities in front of us, the training and finalization of the material. So our task will be to have everything ready online and in the partners' languages, and then we organize how we
Okay. Very, very
the schools.
briefly then, because already we exceeded the time, it is 13:35 already. So could we exchange one or two, thoughts about the communication and engagement plan?
Yes, we
and
have
the
more than that
dissemination?
actually with Michaela. It's a short PowerPoint for 5 slides, but I think it's
Okay.
important to reflect on them.
Okay, fine.
I will be brief. Can you share it, please, Iro? Allora, so
Sorry, I wasn't ready for that and I need to find it. 1 minute.
questo, no? Questo. Come faccio? Zoom. Ok. Allora, questo.
Can you see?
Ok.
Yes.
We're both there. Oh.
Eh,
We're both sharing on top of each other. It's okay. You go ahead.
Okay, communication engagement and dissemination plan. I would like to remember you to keep updating the monitoring communication tool. Here is the drive. It's very easy, and it would be useful if we all do it time by time, week by week, because doing it at the last when we need to have the report, it's more difficult. So please, any post you make or events, tagging or just talking about PARCCE project, please fulfill this table. Okay, about the website, we have only 262 visits, so we have to increase it. Please, if you haven't done yet, put a link of the PARCCE website on your website organizations. And just profit of every occasion to diffuse, to disseminate this link. Then we would like to kindly ask you just to cooperate with us and share with us the events and the news to feed in the web page. So if I can suggest you, every events related to environmental education that you organize, as you know, can be included in the PARCCE dissemination project. So you can profit of it and just share and send us to Iro and me, or just to Iro and then she sent to us the event, the description, and a picture. If you have not a picture, we can find it. About the social media channels we open, so the Facebook pages in this moment has 21 followers, only 42 likes, etc. If every one of us can contribute to enrich the page also with the contents and activities. If you have ideas, if you have suggestions, activities, please share with us. We are in connection. Allora, questa era la slide 4. So just to allow Facebook posts to be published simultaneously, that's what I would like to say to Hero on Instagram. We have we have verified that they must be scheduled or created directly on the Meta business page. So they can go also to Instagram, but we'll discuss after this call how to organize better this thing. So when you post about an environmental education activity of your organization, you can repeat the opportunity to tag PARCCE social media channels and to put the link also of the project. And as I told, you can use it as dissemination activity event of the PARCCE project.
Good.
About 5, yes, Skoulos, Prof?
Yes, thanks. So if I understand well, I mean, I realize that I didn't inform enough myself, on several dissemination activities. I'm going to do that. I'm sure that others.
Yes, because we keep doing, you mentioned the program and we talk about the program to here and there, and then we have this empty Excel, and then there is the midterm report, and we need to think back to all the activities. So it's important, this Excel, to to keep it as a calendar in whatever opportunity you talk to two people to 5 people, formally or informally. It doesn't have to be a presentation in a
Because
conference.
just as an example, I have made a reference to PARCCE in the recent Baku meeting on climate change in at least 10 different circles, meetings, and public, and and I need to make a list.
Yes, and because these numbers of informal
Yeah.
meetings will add up to the target that we want in the project, so we
Yeah.
need to make a record of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do that.
Also yesterday, as Michaela, as I told you, I mentioned that yesterday in Turin to the other UNESCO biosphere reserves and others. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, we too. We just had some cleaning up in the several schools of our region, and we profit of these events to talk about PARCCE, climate change, and we tag every post and we put it on the website. Then we need your help for this, the help of every partners. 5 the 5th slide. Social media, Instagram, the same. Please, to grow the channel, as you see, we need your help also to create a content to post on it. I go fast, Professor?
Okay.
Okay, remember to use the visual identity that the MIO provide us with templates on this link. That's very important. Also in PPT, you organize in schools or in other events, just use it also in doc, press releases, or naturally on post, or everything related to communication. The leaflet are ready. As you know, you can find them on the drive. We put also on Facebook pages. Use it as you can.
Thanks.
Just to explain the project that is an innovative project for school, and I love it very much. About the newsletter. In the newsletter, we already done the first one. We have to release in the early 2025 the second one. And questo è l'otto. About the content, if you agree, we can include naturally some shared information common at the project. But I think that you can also tailor, if you agree, it to the target audience, as we have done in our newsletter, according to the period of your school and to the needs. So just tailor it, whether they are schools, teachers, or students, for example. We send it to schools and teachers. So we have a certain target already defined. In it, you can also take advantage of the same newsletter to invite them to initiatives, for example, related to environmental education, that naturally, I repeat, can be included within a framework of the PARCCE project's dissemination activities.
Excellent.
Yes, that's very important to be in touch. You can review the contacts list and put valid Gmail account.
Yes, I can step into that because I added this last slide and we had this miscommunication with the School of Italy for some period because some email changes or someone steps in, someone steps out. You need to send us an email about the new person or someone that is leaving or whatever change there is, and put it in the common file. We need to treat Drive as our common folder. So whatever concerns the material needs to be there and accessible to everyone. And when we have someone changed in the team that is working behind the project, you need to inform us, MIO, and also put a correct email there. Otherwise, yeah, there will be some communication gaps like we witnessed. That's why I'm stressing again that.
Okay.
And that's
Thank
it
you.
from us for
Thank
WUPU.
you very much. Thank you both. Thank you very much. I just wanted to say that we are exploring at the moment possibilities to use this material for trainings also outside the countries that participate eventually within the WEST program and in collaboration also with UNESCO, but at the moment I'm in the exploring this. At a given moment we will inform you as part of the dissemination and the next phase. So we have covered, I think, everything. And unless I have something that was left out, please remind me or ask for additional information.
We will send you the minutes with the deadlines that we agreed.
Okay.
Wish you happy Christmas holidays if you take.
You have to take some. We all need at least few days, 2-3 days at least. So thank you so much, all of you. We are a very good team, and I'm sure that we will enjoy the results of that. So thank you very much indeed, and till next time, we have to work hard in the rest of the year and also in January in order to be ready in February. Thanks a lot.
Yes, thank
Thank
you
you,
all.
Mr.
Thank you.
Cruz.
Merry Christmas
Merry
Enjoy. Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
and happy
Merry
holidays to all.
Christmas.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. Bye. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Bye.